Hey YouTube, how you all going? Welcome to the second video in the series that I'm doing on how to become a vegan. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get another video up more recently, just been flat out with a whole heap of stuff. But more are coming, so stay tuned. In this video I'm going to talk about lunch. Obviously, the first video was breakfast. Makes sense to do lunch as the next one. Obviously, you got morning tea and afternoon tea in there as well. But we'll just cover the main meals for the time being. So, again, just recapping from my earlier video, I do eat a high carbohydrate diet. Lots of fruits and vegetables. And I find that that gives me the energy, the vitality, everything I need to live life. If you've also watched my earlier videos as well, you'll know that there's no reason to worry about protein or anything like that. As long as you're eating sufficient calories, you're going to be meeting those requirements. So for lunch, you've got a lot of different options. Again, you can have those fruit-based meals. And as I said, as the day kind of gets into a bit of a swing, I do eat more and more fruit. I prefer to have my wheat pix for breakfast, and then after that, I do certainly increase the fruit intake. Again, things like bananas are great in terms of their calorie density compared to other fruits, but you can have, anything you want. Fruits are always high in vitamins. They're always healthy for you. And there's so many different fruits out there that you can just, eat until your heart content. Essentially, and obviously you got the different seasons. So when it comes to summer here in Australia, I love eating my mangoes. Bananas are something that tend to be available all year round. In the cooler kind of months, there's some stone fruits which I love my apricots, love my peaches, everything like that. Again, just want to be sure that you're getting sufficient calories from that and eating enough food. Because I do a lot of running, I do also eat things like rice. Again, you've got your option. Your better option is brown rice, but hey, if you want to eat white rice, I'm not going to kind of judge you for that. And things like potatoes, sweet potatoes, all that kind of stuff. Couscous. Pretty much, anything that's plant-based obviously is going to be fine for you, and it's just about finding those combinations that work for you. So, with the rice, you can have some other veggies on the side, like a capsicum, the broccoli, the carrots, make a little bit of a stir-fry or something, or a little bit of a stew up. I know some people obviously follow the raw vegan thing and are worried about cooking and everything, but again, the way I look at it is that if you're eating so many more vegetables compared to everyone else in society, even if those vegetables lose, some of their nutrient content because they've been cooked, if you're eating 4 or 5 times as much as the other person and then you lose half, well, you're still up here and they're all the way still down here still. So you're still going to be getting lots. That said, I do eat raw vegetables as well. It just depends what dish I'm having. But again, the general consensus is to get sufficient calories in there to make sure I have the energy and the vitality to live life and do all the things that I want to do. Whether it be running, whether it be looking after your kids, working well at a job, you name it. You got to have the energy and the vitality to do it. As the day progresses as well, this is something I do need to work on and continue to work on. But having your green veggies and stuff like that, they're awesome. They provide a whole heap of minerals and stuff that are integral to your health. Some people like doing them in green smoothies. That's something I certainly want to get into. I just need to get a bit of a better blender. But even if you just make a nice big salad, incorporate them into a dish, your spinach, your kale, even broccoli and stuff like that, beans, anything that's green is going to be good for you essentially. So that's kind of what I do with lunch. Again, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I sometimes do have bread and stuff like that, but it's something that I do want to kind of work away from and get more back to, obviously the rawer the ingredient, the better it is for you. So if you can have the fruit, if you can have the veggies, and you can have minimal processed grains or rice, stuff like that, perfect. That's really good. And then, just really limit your intake of the other stuff, especially when you're getting started, because then you're going to notice the most benefits. But if you are someone who kind of needs to make a bit more of a transition, then look, there are vegan breads out there. You can have, there's heaps of vegan spreads, peanut butters and stuff like that. all I would say is that, I know from my experience, if I have a lot of fat, like a big peanut butter sandwich or something, and then try and do a run, you do feel more gluggy. So I try and keep that low. And if I am going to have those things, I have it on days when I'm not going to be running or doing a lot of physical exercise. When I am running, I keep it lighter. I keep it, still high carb, but maybe focus a little bit more on the veggies or a little bit more fruit, and leave a sufficient gap between the time I finish eating and the time I'm going to go for a run. So that kind of covers lunch in general, guys. Obviously, you want to keep your water intake up throughout the day. I do have juices as well. I love making my fresh juice and stuff. What I would say with juices, though, is that if you're going to have them, don't view them as your source of hydration. If I have a glass of juice, I'm still having heaps of water. Because the water is my hydration, the juice is just more calories and taste and all that kind of thing. So keep that hydration up. Really important that you do that. And then, just experiment to your heart's content. You can't go wrong if you're eating fruits, vegetables, and, other high carb, low fat type things like rice and, even pastas and that kind of thing. Obviously, make sure that they're not made with eggs if you're getting a pasta. And the less processing, obviously, the better. So that's why fruits and vegetables for the win. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll have another video coming up very shortly. And if you have any comments or questions, please let me know, and we'll go from there.